Everybody's here? Okay.
Okay, hi, good morning. My name is Tanaya Nash. I will be your docent for this exhibit. This exhibit is the African room. The African room is our ancestors who are in North and South Africa. Welcome to the Great Blacks and Whites Museum. And now I will begin. Our first exhibit, or our first statue, is Imhotep. He was known as a great architect who designed the pyramids of Egypt, and he was also the god of medicine. He studied many things in the medical field, and he has helped us get to the field that we are today. This is Shaka. This is Shaka Zulu. He is the ruler of Zulu Nation. He protected slaves or potential slaves from getting enslaved by slave traders and to be captured by slave masters. He was also a great warrior, and he protected his people, although he was ruthless and he cared less, and he was more fight and less compassion. He had his people plotted against his assassination, but they never followed through because they realized how much of a great ruler he was to his people. This is Queen Anne Nzinga. Queen Anne Nzinga was a warrior also, and she provided a safe place for people who were trying to protect themselves from slave owners and slave traders. And she often stood by her gate, ready to fight anybody who was coming into her nation. This is Hashput. She was the queen of Iniquity. She often dressed as a pharaoh because she didn't like the image and to be called a female, because females weren't supposed to be rulers of their nation, but she reigned for 33 years and she did it with pride and iniquity. Okay, I don't know how I'm supposed to get over there.
I'll go this way. So you guys go that way. Okay.
I know you got questions.
This is Akhenaten. He was the pharaoh and king of his land, Akhenaten. He was the father of monotheism, and he believed that under one God there could be three different religions: Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. He later passed, and he gave his land and his kingdom to his wife, who was known as Queen Nefertiti. Queen Nefertiti was known by many people. A lot of people in this room should know who she is. She was known for her remarkable beauty, and her name was the beautiful woman has come. Many people who like her beauty, they often copied or replicated this bust of her face, and they just wrote her for her beauty, and she was to reign over his land after his passing. This is Makeda. Makeda had several appearances in the Old Testament of the Bible. She was known in the Quran and the Bible, and she reigned over Sheba, her land, and it later fell because the emperor passed. Okay, I don't know how I'm supposed to get over there.
Just say move away.
Excuse me. Okay. Oh God. Oh Jesus Christ. Alright. These are the principles of Yat. These were the customs that Africans had followed because of their pride and their inequity to their own people, and these were what they followed, and this is what they became accustomed to. This is the colors that signified Africa. Do you know the colors? Okay. Red was to signify the amount of fights and the amount of things that they went through to get their freedom, and the blood that was shed to achieve that. Black is to signify our culture and heritage, and to signify that black is beautiful, and that is what we are. And green was to show the amount of wealth that African had and the amount of natural resources that they had, such as oil, ivory, ebony, diamonds, iron, and all of that. But that is the African root. I know it's small, but thank you so much for listening to what I had to say, and I hope that you enjoyed yourself. If you want any more information, you can read the signages and read the principles and yacht. Thank you so much.
Any questions?
Do you have any questions?
Kasim, you have a question?
Daniel, what's your question?
That is the African Society now and before the people from slave traders ambush
You have a question, Aiden?
society, and they were all so strong and they were cooperative, so they had done many things together and they were thriving as a nation before they came, and they saw their potential, so that's why the slave traders decided to keep them.
Aiden, what's your question, son?
Snake.
Where at?
There's a snake right here.
What does the snake mean? He wants to know what the snake means with the
The little
pharaohs.
cobra down here.
That's not related to it, but it's known as a serpent.
Mhm.
It's a snake.
It's kind of just decoration.
It's just decoration.
Well,
Yeah,
it-
he's
it-
looking at this
it
coin.
holds significance during the time of Egypt.
Yeah.
What I want all of you to notice is, do you notice this statue right here? You see how beautiful it is? You notice that all the statues you see when they do the documentaries on TV, that their noses are missing because they didn't want people to know that they were people of color. I went to an event in University of Pennsylvania and I asked the orator, were the people in Egypt were people of color? He told me no. He said the sand blew on their faces and made them dark. But I want you to know that we culturally, and once again, we come from what? Don't you ever forget that, because these are great leaders, great. Who knows what, I'm gonna test real quick because we got it here. Who knows what monotheism is? What is it? Study of one God. Excellent. So that means the study of one God. So look who brought that about. Talked about it. Isn't that important? So you know, I know what you saw on the ship, but there's a whole history before that. Okay?
See my